Hello, loved ones. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the family. Today, we will review Married at First Sight Season 16, Episode 3, Couples Review for Domynique and Mckinley. This episode was called Music City Matrimony. To be a part of the congregation, please subscribe. To be part of the conversation, please comment. And to be a part of today's offering, please drop a like in the collection plate. And with that, let's get started. Last week, I did not post about Domynique and Mckinley. I did tape my review of the episode. I just did not have time to edit and post it. Last week's episode did not bring a lot of content for this couple. Therefore, I will insert my episode 2 review in this video and then come back to share my thoughts for episode 3. I will post the timestamps in the description box to separate the episode just in case you are passionate about one or the other. We then see Domynique and Mckinley, and we only saw Domynique and Mckinley wedding attire shopping. Domynique lets us know that she was a tomboy growing up, so for her wedding, she wants to feel sexy, classy, and sassy. She does not think that she is too young to get married because back in the old days, people got married at the age of 14. She says she is ready to learn and grow. I mean, I don't think she's too young to get married either. I got married at 27. I don't think that's too young. I started dating my husband at 25. I think I would have been ready to marry at 25. I had already graduated college and I was supposed to meet my sweetheart in college and we get married soon after. So I don't think it's because people in the old days used to get married at 14. But I don't think 25 is too young to get married. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of people saying that, but I have no problem with her age. I don't think she's a party girl. I think that she is an old soul, that she stays home and enjoys her mom and does fishing. But she's also independent because she doesn't live with her mom. She lives on her own and she's doing her own thing. She has a stable job. So I don't have a problem with her age, but let me know what you think in the comments. And for Mckinley, there really was no dialogue. He spoke about putting roots in Nashville and since his family and his friends are about an hour away. And yeah, so he looked nice in his suit as well. So no real talk about with Mckinley with his friends at the wedding dress attire. So what do you think about this couple? Do you think that they'll make it? Do you think they're good for each other? What do you think about Mckinley and Domynique? Do you think she's too young to get married? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, let's move into episode 3. We first see Domynique and Mckinley the morning of their wedding. Domynique's mom wants grandkids in a year or a year and a half and wants Domynique to marry someone who can support her being a stay-at-home mom. They want someone who can adapt to the outdoors, and she accents her dress with her personal style, some gold boots. And I love when they personalize things with their own little style. So I was really here for Domynique, giving her wedding dress her own style. We also see Mckinley talking with his friends. It's interesting because his friend Mitch said, worst case scenario, if your personalities don't match, you have to spend your life living with that person. That was interesting because most people say you have to get a divorce, but Mitch indicates that you are now stuck with that person for life, which is my belief. If there's little things that you just gotta live with it. You married them. It's a lifetime commitment. So let me know what you think in the description box. Mckinley is looking for someone who is funny, genuine, and career-oriented. In his past relationships, he has dated younger women who didn't really have jobs, which is interesting. Domynique has a job now, but her mom wants her to be a stay-at-home mom, which would then make her like the women that he is trying to get away from. So not sure how that's going to match up. He is scared that she will have reservations regarding him just moving there with no roots and living with a friend's parents. As well, he should be. We, as the audience, have reservations regarding him just moving there with no roots. So I don't know if she will or not, but we definitely have reservations. And I think he is a recruit, and I think he came to Nashville to be on Married at First Sight. He says he was not specific on looks. I feel like since she is biracial, that looks related to race entered the picture this episode. But, I think that he didn't have any criteria, but I do think it entered the picture because she ended up being biracial. We then see Mckinley talking to his mom before he walks down the aisle. Mckinley's mom must have talked with cousin Felina because they have the same idea. Mom says she would prefer a traditional courtship so the family could assess who his wife is. However, he does not take his mom's advice and he makes his way down the aisle. We then see Domynique talking to her mom before she walks down the aisle. Domynique is finally showing some nervousness. She has been cool, calm, and collective this whole time. Her and her mom are hoping that this is her one and only marriage. It's now time for Domynique with her mom to take that walk down the aisle. It must be a fairly new marriage that Domynique's mom is in, because Domynique said she grew up in a single family home and she always says me and my mom. She never includes her stepdad. So I'm thinking that maybe her mom has not been married very long. When she arrived at the altar, he said she looked beautiful. And she said thank you, but she did not respond in kind. She did break the ice by saying, I hope you've never married a stranger before. So I thought that was cute. I always like when they break the ice. We then get to hear what Domynique's family and friends would like Mckinley to know. You now have a fierce woman on your hands. She is always caring and bubbly person. She loves dancing, doing puzzles, playing volleyball, and of course fishing. She's a tomboy at heart, who's just as likely to be in a muddy boots out fishing on the lake as she is to be all dolled up in heels going out on the town. She will be a selfless wife who will always make sure you are being heard and cared for. I loved it. I think that they had a balance on things she likes to do as well as her character. I'm sure any man could appreciate a woman who can adapt to adventure, like fishing and then being a lady. So I think that they gave him a really good picture of who Domynique is. Here's what Mckinley's family and friends want Domynique to know. Mckinley loves to drive fast cars, and you're on your way to a life filled with adventure. But don't worry, while he's a thrill seeker, he just as likely will want to stay home, watch movies, eat snacks, and sit on the couch with you. Mckinley is extremely family oriented. And while he just moved to Nashville, he is ready to grow his roots here and start a family. While he might be shy at first, once he gets comfortable with you, he can be quite sassy and a little annoying. He's also a dreamer and will invest his all in your future together. I think they did well also. They told a little about what she can expect from him and a little bit about his personality. I don't know if I would want to hear that my husband is annoying in the first 3 minutes of meeting him. And Domynique's mom did not seem like she was excited when they said that he likes to drive fast cars. She was like, ooh, is my baby gonna be safe? She had a look on her face. However, I really liked what the family and friends said in both cases. We then move on to Domynique's vows. To Mckinley, I promise to give you the best of myself, to ask of you no more than I can give. I promise to be open-minded and to ask questions when I don't understand. I promise to grow with you, to be your shoulder to cry on, your biggest fan, and the element in your life you never knew was missing. My favorite part is to ask of you no more than I can give. I love that. Well, let's see how she plans to keep these vows. I actually think Alyssa and Chris started a trend because they did not make it to decision day. Then we see that Ben and Morgan did not make it to decision day. I have not seen any decision day clips of Domynique and Mckinley. Therefore, I don't think they make it to decision day. I could be wrong because everything I'm saying is a guess, but another reason that I don't think they make it far is because Domynique has not appeared on the after party. And I think that means that there was trouble in paradise, and maybe she just like, I don't want to have anything else to do with the show. And we see her taking her little box from the apartment. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, let's move on to Mckinley's vows. Domynique, I truly believe we are both here at the right place at the right time. I'm excited to learn from you and grow into the best husband and future father. Whether it's marriage or life in general, the journey is the most amazing and important part, and I can't wait to do that with you. I spent my entire life searching for the lucky ticket. Today, I hit the jackpot. His vows were okay, nothing really promising. I do like that he said that they are at the right place at the right time, and I do like that he said the journey is the most amazing part, because I feel like in life, a lot of times we do not enjoy the journey because sometimes the journey can be hard. We're just looking to get to the destination. But I do think that the journey is the most important part. So I really like that part of his vow. They are now married and they shared their first kiss. And unlike Shaquille, he asked if he can kiss her. It was cute that right before they left the altar, she turned to him and said, "Are you ready?" And he said, "I'm ready." That was so cute. We then see them have their first conversation. In his cameo, Mckinley says he thinks Domynique is gorgeous and he is physically attracted to her. Domynique does not remember Mckinley's name, which I'm kind of surprised because she said it twice during the ceremony. However, I will give her a pass. She just met him, and it's a lot to take in, and it's a lot going on in a very short period of time. So I am going to give Domynique a pass. Domynique shares that she has been in Nashville since 7 years old and she is 25. And Mckinley shares of his recent move and that he just turned 34. Instead of Mckinley thinking Domynique was too young, he was worried that she thought he was too old. Domynique assured him that she requested older and that she dates older men. We then move on to the wedding shoot. I love that Domynique's mom introduced herself to Mckinley as his bonus mom. I really don't like the in-law. I love bonus mom or mother-in-law instead of mother-in-law. Through the years, I think in-laws have gained a negative reputation. Domynique thinks Mckinley is handsome. She likes the scruffy look, and he looks like he takes care of himself. Their picture time seemed like a lot of fun, and I love that they were willing to take direction from the photographer and try the dip. I thought that was really, really cute. Let's talk about Domynique meeting Mckinley's mother and sister. They definitely played good cop, bad cop. Mom says, "I was 100% against it." Sister says, "I was supportive from the start." Mom says, "I wanted something more traditional." Sister says, "There has been prearranged marriages that were highly successful." Domynique says, "Let me just lay my cards and concerns on the table from the start." She said, "I had no race specifications, but growing up in the South, being biracial has been a hurdle. She wants to be accepted for who she is." Because this appears to be a big concern from Domynique and her mom, it makes me speculate if they have received rejection from her dad's family. I think it's a worthy topic to bring up, but to bring it up in the very first conversation for both her and her mom makes me think that it is a deeper issue and that the rejection has come close to heart. And the biggest rejection, I think, would be from her dad and or his family? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Mckinley's mom says, "You're lovely. Now let's change this race conversation. It's hard being married." You know she did not say those words, but that's how I interpret it. I don't think his mom wanted to have a race conversation on camera, and I don't blame her. I cannot say that I think Mckinley's mother has a race problem, because she stated her objections before she even knew what race Domynique would be. Also, during the wedding, they showed her a lot, and she was smiling, she seemed engaged, and she seemed very happy. She seemed like she had a hard shell in the conversation that she was having at the reception, but that did not seem like her demeanor throughout the day. Therefore, I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say I do not think she has a problem with Domynique's race. We then see Mckinley meeting with Domynique's mother and grandmother. Here we see Domynique's mom bringing up race. She says, "My daughter is biracial, but her family is black. How is your family going to take that?" So with that question, if we continue down the line of my theory, do you think that Domynique's dad's family has accepted Domynique but has not accepted her mom and the rest of the family? I don't know. Just seems like an interesting thing for both of them to bring up in the first conversation. Mckinley says that his family is open and accepting, and Domynique's mom says, "Even your grandmother?" If I was Mckinley, I would have said, "Yes, my grandmother is accepting. What about Domynique's?" Since Domynique's grandmother was sitting there during the conversation, I think Domynique's mom was indicating that problems with race go way back, and sometimes the older generation have an issue. However, I think it goes both ways. I think she took it too far by asking him what about his grandmother. I must give it to Mckinley. He was kind by just answering yes, even my grandmother. She then says that she has her eye on him because mass murderers are nice. Really, Mom? You should have thought about that before you signed up your daughter for this experiment. I don't know. I really didn't like that. And I really felt like she was saying that because he was of a different race. So I don't know. I don't know. It was something about that conversation that was weird to me. But I don't think that Mckinley's family has a race problem. But I do think that Domynique's family has experienced some hard racism, and so they have concerns about race. What do you think in the comments? For the last scene, we get to shout out production. I love that they circled back to Domynique and gave her an opportunity to redeem herself by knowing her husband's name. And she said confidently, Mckinley. Well, that's all for this couple. What do you think? What do you think of Domynique's bold move to say she wants to be respected for who she is? Do you think she was pointing out her mixed heritage? Do you think Mckinley's mom had a pleasant demeanor? What did you think about Domynique's mom wanting to know a stranger's background when she signed Domynique up for this? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please check out Gina and Clint's video next. And with that, until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, live with intention. Be intentional.